Hey everyone, it's Deke. The War Within is finally live, and with that came the Awakening the Machine World event in Gundergaz. And I'd never done this before, but you get a quest. We got a quest in early access that kept telling us to do it, which we couldn't do it. So I went and did this, and basically it's a wave-based battle where just different types of minions are going to come at you. They're going to try to kill the speaker Koldas, and you basically have to kill them, not die, and not let him die. Now, I don't think as a healer you can heal him, but there are some minions in here that will drop an item that will heal him. So if he does take damage, you can heal him up a little bit later on. As the waves go on, you know, it gets a bit more hectic. There are 10 minion types in here. The first, these swarm bots, all they do is just kind of walk at him and they're no big deal. You just pick them up, kill them. As a tank, and I'm pretty sure as any damage dealing class, you're going to have some type of threat. So you can pull those things to a certain part of the room if you want to make them run away from him. Those guys right there that do the purging flame, if you interrupt that spell, it immediately kills them. So any interrupt on them will kill them. So pretty easy so far. Again, I really didn't know what I was getting into, and I'm playing Prot Warrior. I do okay damage if I have enough mobs on me and stuff, but they're not like the best single target damage, obviously, playing a tank in here, so I wasn't really sure how it was going to go. But so far it's going pretty good. We're at wave 4, and this is kind of easy. I mean, I would say that pretty much, I would say any, I don't know about healing classes, but any damage or tank class can probably achieve this pretty effortlessly. I'm not sure. I don't play any healing classes, so I'm not sure what, if you're in a healing spec, like the kind of damage output you have. It's probably fine. But yeah, I would suggest probably doing tank or DPS for this event. So I get to wave 5, and I don't realize that you have to talk to him again to initiate the start. So basically you have a pause in between each wave. So it's kind of nice, like if you're just, you know, cooking dinner or something and you want to do five waves and then pause, you can do that. So there's a pause in between each wave. You can see there on the right the little bar that says the waves, and it also says your awaken cash reward. So for each 5 waves you complete, you get an additional cash. It'll be outside once it's over, and those increase in size and amount of rewards you get out of them. I think you get rep and you get crests and you get valor stones, if I remember correctly. So if you're able to do the entire thing, you get 4 chests with varying rewards in them, which is pretty good. And I think you have a chance to get a mount out of one of them. I think it's a random drop chance. So you see the totem that's shooting him with lightning? That beam can be interrupted. If you just stand in front of it, it will channel on you. Now it will deal you damage, but it will stop it from dealing damage to him. I didn't realize this when I was doing this the first time. So afterwards, I kind of like was reading some stuff about it and realized, like, oh, I could interrupt that beam. So there's a couple of little mechanics that I missed here, but in general, I got most of them. But like these purging flames, as long as you kick that, if you have an interrupt available or a stun available, it will just kill those guys immediately. So here's another of these totems with the hazardous beams. You can't interrupt them, you can't stun them, so the only thing you can do is stand and take the beam channel, and then just DPS them down as fast as you can. So again, you know, we're at wave 8. It's still not that terribly difficult or hectic. I mean, there are mobs coming from various sides of the room that I have to run around to. Having lots of charges and leaps and stuff is nice on the warrior, so you can get around a lot. But most classes have pretty good mobility at this point, so it's pretty easy to run around and pick stuff up. Again, it'll follow you around, like, you know, I have aggro on it, so I can pull it away. And that will actually be important on a couple of these mobs. So this guy here, the automatic Iron Strider, I believe that's the mount you can get out of here. And they put that little 4 globules around you, and I think after 8 seconds or so, those explode and deal damage, and they drop a magma pool on the ground. For some reason, this first one that did it did not drop the magma pool on me, but it's supposed to. Later on, it will drop magma pools when that explodes. So basically, you don't want to be near the speaker when those explode, because it'll drop a pool that's permanent for the rest of the, I think the rest of the run, or at least the rest of the 5-wave increment. That will just deal damage to him over and over and over, so you don't want to drop that near him. And then you got med bots, and the med bots basically, I think they heal the other bots, but they also drop a little med pack or something. You'll see it here on the ground. It's a little green med pack looking thing. You run over it and it will actually heal. It heals you and it heals the speaker. And honestly, I think as prot in here, I don't think I take any damage. I don't think I ever drop, you know, I just never take any damage here. So you see there's one of theirs spinning around called a nullification barrier. So that is making it so you can't deal damage to other things. So you have to basically focus target those down before you can go back to killing other things. So the nullification barriers are like your priority DPS, so you can just, that way you can hit other stuff. But basically just making sure you hit everything in the room when it spawns as quickly as you can so that it runs at you and not at the speaker is ideal. So you see these self-destruct guys? You want to make sure that when they're away from him, like as long as you get aggro on them, they won't be near him, and you can just keep them away and then they self-destruct. So you don't want that to hit him, obviously. But again, nothing crazy here. All pretty easy mechanics. It's just, it can get a little hectic towards the end just because there's so many things spawning at once. And you just have to run around and get aggro on everything and not try to kill it immediately. Maybe some of the DPS classes will be faster at just bursting stuff down really quick. So again, you see the nullification barrier, you have to kill that. The other things have immunity. It might just be that that thing is channeling on one mob that it gives immunity to. I think there is a moment where I get like 3 of those out at once, so I'm not sure if they can channel on each other, but you see we're at wave 15 now, and you've got, you know, a pretty good handful of mobs, different varying types. You kind of have to think about all the different mechanics that are going on. But again, I mean, for a tank at least, super low stress. I mean, I'm not taking any damage, so it's, you know, your mainly only stress is just trying to keep stuff off of the speaker. But because of these men bots, like these guys right here, you'll see when I kill this, he drops a thing and it heals him up. So because those are in the scenario, it makes it pretty easy because, you know, as you can see, I don't think he's even gotten below half health. All right, so now we're on our last leg of waves here. So 15 to 20.
Let's get this done.
And in between each one, it pauses. You have to start again, which is kind of annoying, but I guess it's kind of nice too, just in case you're in the middle of something and you want to stop or whatever. But and I think there is a world quest for this, a weekly quest to complete 20 waves, and you don't have to complete those in succession. If you come in here and you fail and you do, say, 10, and you can come back in and do another 10 or whatever. If you do 15, you come back and do 5. So you can get that done with any combination of waves. And you can just, I think you can just keep requeuing for this. I'm pretty sure that the rewards are not, it's not going to give you the full amount of rewards each time you do it. You might get some rewards, but I doubt that you get the rep rewards and the crests and stuff like that. You probably just get like a small, maybe some Valor Stones or something, a few Valor Stones. But yeah, I think I've talked about all the different mob types that do things in here. Mainly just pulling everything away from the speaker and then interrupting this beam. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. I think like waves 18 and 19, I mean, you can see there's a lot of stuff spawning here at once, but it just doesn't have that much health. And just due to the fact that you can just pull everything away from him, as long as you kill these nullification barriers really fast, you won't have many problems in here, I don't think. I think this could be a really crazy challenging mode if they up the difficulty of it somehow. If you could use some kind of stone or like a mythic style keystone or something and make it harder. This could be really, really challenging. But I think as it's tuned currently, you know, pretty much anybody can get in here and succeed at this, I think. You'll see here, he has taken some damage, but there's a couple of med bots on the field. So even though I've got tons and tons of waves out here, I can get the little med packs and get everything healed up. So you can see there's a couple of nullification barriers going on that are healing things over there. Yeah, they're like healing each other. Or they're not healing each other, but they're giving each other immunity shields. So that's wave 19, and that's about as hectic as you're ever going to see it. And, you know, like 2 med packs there at the end. I think the speaker's full here, basically. Yeah, there's even more over there, so. And this is the Awakened Phalanx, and this is like the boss of the scenario. And he has a couple of abilities. You basically just want to pull him away from the speaker, obviously. Like everything, he does this bellowing slam, and it's like a big ground AoE. And then this arrow, you just want to point it away from the speaker, and you can't get out of it. Like, it doesn't lock in at any point, like some boss mechanics have done. You just have to get stunned by it to keep it off of the speaker, but that's fine. He's an elite, but he doesn't have that much health. Pretty easy. Get it done, get an achievement. As soon as you kill the boss, it boots you out of the scenario. And you'll see here in Gundergaz, right here is where you'll talk to this guy and start the event, and also where the chests are. You see the 4 chests, so you got a little one, kind of a little bigger one, then like a medium size and a big one. Each of these chests are going to give you rewards, and I think the 2 small chests give 250 rep. The 2 big chests give 350 rep, and they all give crests and Valor Stones along with the rep. And I think you have a chance to get that mount out of here, which is pretty cool. And it looks like you can just queue for it again. I just can't imagine that you'll get these chests. I think you probably... I don't know. I'll have to do some testing to see how many rewards you can actually get out of this after you've completed it. But yeah, that's the event. Hope this helps a little bit, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.